Welcome back. We're used to food pairings with wine, but not so much with anything else.
Well, this week we're combining two ingredients, beer and chocolate, the perfect match.
Beer expert Susan Boyle joins us now with our top picks, beer and chocolate.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Susan. You got a big welcome into the studio
I know,
this morning.
because who wouldn't? Like Saturday morning, beer and chocolate.
Bring in your
doing it
beer.
properly. So a lot of the time when we think about classic beer pairings, we think of things like, you know, a really nice crisp Pilsner with like an easy, yummy pizza. So that it's really good. So that you get that cut where like the cheese gets cut through with the crispness of the beer. But often people don't think about beer and dessert. And this is where I think there's loads of opportunity to taste really delicious things. So we're going to do some chocolate pairing this morning. So the first beer we're going to taste is the Brickfield Brown from 5 Points Brewing. So these are a company that have just launched in Ireland. They're based in London, where they brew really consistent, really delicious beers. And we're going to pair that with a little piece of chocolate here, if you want to grab some from the front.
Certainly.
Oh,
that has some orange and some dark chocolate.
There you go.
With orange and almonds in it.
Dark chocolate, orange and almonds.
Yeah.
So if you were hypothetically off chocolate for the next 6 weeks, this dark chocolate doesn't count?
Of course it doesn't. No, at all. And the next beer we're going to talk about, we'll talk about Lenten decisions as well. So, yeah.
Oh, your chocolate's amazing.
And this is a brown ale.
This is a brown ale, so it's like a traditional English brown ale. You see, it's good, isn't it? It's like the two things are excellent on their own, but together you're just like, wow, more than the sum of the parts. Yeah, it's nice.
You're so right.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Really nice. So it's just about
I know you want us to talk back, but we
No, it's okay.
won't.
Just keep eating and enjoying it. I can tell you all the stuff about it.
But you know the way, Susan, you know, wine, when you're having wine at a dinner party, people would sometimes bring out dessert wine, and of course there's dessert wine menus. But is there a dessert beer menu? And are there particular beers that you would only have, let's say, if you were having dessert
Well, I
with
think
chocolate?
further down the line we're going to taste a beer that works like extraordinarily well with dessert. But this is great, isn't it? It's really good. It's
I'm the happiest you've been all day.
I've like rendered you nearly silent with how good the match is. Nearly, but not
I'm
quite.
actually happy now.
That was delicious.
So what we're going to do is we're going to keep moving on.
What have we got
the
now?
next beer is a Doppelbock. So when you mentioned the Lenten fast, so Doppelbock is a style of German beer. It's brewed a little bit stronger because the idea was that the monks would brew this traditionally because they weren't allowed to eat bread that would break their Lenten fast, but drinking beer.
So it's a Lenten beer.
That was fine. So this is a traditional beer that's brewed at Lent to be drunk and enjoyed before Easter. So
what chocolate are you pairing with the Doppelbock?
The Doppelbock, I'm pairing it with a sea salt and roast almond bean and goose chocolate. So the bean and goose are a company.
Bring it over, will I?
Bring it, bring over a nice chunk of it.
There you go, guys.
Bean and Goose are a company that are based down in Wexford, and they make this delicious chocolate. They're really imaginative with their flavours. It's really nice, and this is a milk chocolate, and I think it pairs really well with this too.
Lovely.
So the beer this beer is from White Gypsy. They're based in Templemore in Tipperary. They make a range of really fantastic beers, and their idea is that these beers should be a little bit more gastronomic. They come in large bottles the same way that wine would come, so that you can share it and have it with a meal. You see, success again.
That is back of the net.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Seriously good beer.
Really good beer.
What's the percentage on that? Is it stronger?
So this is a higher percentage beer. So you're talking, it's about, I think it's an 8%, 7.5% on this. So you get a little bit more alcohol, but when you have more alcohol in a beer, it means that you can match it with stronger flavours. So that's where we went. It's a lovely beer. It's all their beers. I have to say, I'm just such a champion of this company. They make extraordinarily good beers in really nice traditional styles.
And an Irish company as well.
Irish company, yeah, they're great.
Nice to support
and
the
at the
Irish
forefront of the craft industry. They were like making craft beer before other people had even started.
Sorry, love, when you're ready.
You're going to just stay and drink.
Are you finished up there, lads?
Sorry, love, when you're ready there.
10 minutes drinking
10 minutes drinking time.
Right.
So our last beer, we're going to taste a Boone Creek. Now, so this is like one of those kind of classic beer styles. It's spontaneously fermented, which means that it uses natural yeasts and bacteria.
Oh, this is fruity, is it?
Yeah, and it's got chock full of cherries.
That can't be a beer that's
So
pink.
because it's spontaneously fermented, remember, it's going to be sour, it's going to be tart.
Yeah,
I know,
no.
Simon, we've been here before with sour. But we're going to pair this with some chocolate from the Proper Chocolate Company. So they're Irish company that makes bean to bar. So all this chocolate comes from one specific source. Excuse my fingers breaking it up.
I love your sourcing of the chocolate. It's very
They really
interesting.
do, yeah. So this chocolate is it's a really dark, delicious chocolate.
That means nothing for you to smell the chocolate.
Yeah, no,
If I
you
was
have
there
to
with
wait
you,
for
you
it to
started
warm up in
smelling
your
chocolate.
mouth. Has a lovely snap and has
Right
quite
now.
nice fruitiness from it as well
Really?
when you taste it. Yeah, and it's just really good
It's
quality.
glossy
It's
chocolate, isn't it?
lovely. It's really nicely tempered. It's beautifully shiny. And then you
sour.
have the sour, so it should
That's
taste
sour.
like
It's gorgeous.
Black Forest Gatto.
That
It's
is
like,
so
isn't it
good.
great?
Yeah, I'm not a beer drinker, but I like that one.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice.
nice. I'm
Because
out
it
on
does
that.
those kind of not your
you not
your
like
thing.
that?
I am out on that.
totally
But you like beer,
I
don't
like
you?
beer so
I like
Yeah,
the
same
taste of
thing.
beer. So
I
this
like
is
the
a
chocolate.
different. Yeah, the chocolate is delicious, and this is just a different style.
I'm going to stick with the monks. For me.
I'm going with number one.
I'll go with cherries.
Keep with the cherries. You
Yeah,
see,
Black
we've got
Forest
something for
Gatto.
One
everyone.
each.
See, there's
And
a
the
beer
almond
for
chocolate.
everyone, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there is. And this is what's so lovely about beers is that the styles are so different. You can explore so much. You can have adjuncts in it, like this gorgeous cherry flavour. You have beers that are tart, beers that are sweet. And they really go with so many different meals and so many options for pairing that are just delicious.
Well done. That's
And
a
chocolate,
really
beer
nice
and chocolate.
combination.
And you don't feel bad about it for Lent because, Lent and Bach.
If you're ever on Mastermind season, you have to choose beer and chocolate.
Beer
Yes.
is my personal, my
Fascinating.
magic, my
Brilliant.
extra special
And they
subject.
are superb
Thank
pairings.
you
Well
so
done,
much.
Susan.